All right, well, hello everyone and welcome back to Before the Four. It's digital host A.J. Wuest, and I hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday so far. As I say it every day, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream, as always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your afternoon here. Now let's begin in Huntsville, where a 21-year-old man and his 1-year-old baby were tragically killed before a house fire on Tuesday afternoon. Now this according to police. Firefighters say they responded to the call around 3 p.m. on Retlaw Street near Jordan Lane. Huntsville police confirmed a 21-year-old man and his 1-year-old baby were both found dead inside the home. Police now say that the evidence at the scene, along with an autopsy results from the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, confirmed that both victims died from gunshot wounds. Now, we learned this yesterday. Today, officials identified the 21-year-old father as Dominic Kane Tucker. And today, 48's Callie Neese is following up on this truly sad and tragic situation coming up in our evening newscast, so make sure to stick around. But now you all know the drill, the weather. It is bright and sunny and hot this afternoon. Let's turn over to First Alert meteorologist Jeff DeNoyer to see if he'll stick around. Jeff?
Hey, very good Thursday to everybody. Hot and humid. Yep, that's come back now. Temperatures no longer in the 70s. We're back to 90 where we should be. And when you have that, you can pop a few showers and thunderstorms. And we certainly have that happening out there today. There's actually some rain falling. Jackson and DeKalb counties where some of the heaviest of rain has been. A little isolated shower and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder in Franklin County. And there's some more storms to the north. So we'll keep an eye out for a few more showers and storms to move across the Tennessee Valley through the evening, though I don't think it will be widespread rainfall. At least there's a chance to get at least a little bit of rainfall for your location. Temperatures around 90 today, right where we should be, different than where it was Monday and Tuesday when we couldn't even hit 80. And it was humid too, so it felt like about 95 to 100. 3-day forecast, there's more in the way of 90-degree heat for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your overnight lows around 70. The chance of rain remains quite low for Friday and Saturday, and even on Sunday, not widespread rainfall, more isolated stuff. As we go to early next week, we'll try to get a little bit more rain in here Monday and Tuesday, but the temperatures, they stay consistent with highs right around 90 degrees.
And again, I say it every day, but of course it happens every night at 9:30. First Alert Weather Extra. You can watch it wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon. Tonight it will be Jeff, so First Alert meteorologist Jeff DeNoyer will be back here in the CTV Center, and he'll have all the latest that he's seeing on the radar. You're just not going to want to miss it. But now with a very sad story, in case you missed it, moving down to South Huntsville, where school officials at Mountain Gap Middle School very sadly announced the death of one of their 8th grade students. School officials say he was killed when he was hit by a car, all while riding his bike. 48's Noah Cowell with details.
Kalel Fox, a student at Mountain Gap Middle School, was struck and killed at this intersection of Bailey Cove Road and Green Mountain Road, just less than a mile from his school. Brandon Wilson lives right behind this intersection, and he saw the aftermath of Tuesday's crash.
I watched as they put somebody into an ambulance and took them off, hoping that they would be okay, and to get the news that they weren't. It's awful.
People here say they've watched others speed on this road for years. One resident says she saw a speeding driver almost hit a kid on a bike last year. And Wilson says this accident hits close to home for him. 2 of his kids go to Mountain Gap Elementary.
We shouldn't have to feel this, every time we leave the house. My kids and I should be able to walk across the street to the pool, or go to the Greenway, or enjoy one of Huntsville's offerings for us to get out and be active.
He and a deacon at a nearby church say adults and kids ride their bikes in this area constantly, and they say something needs to be done to keep everyone safe.
People need to slow down. People need to pay attention, because right now it's just not happening.
Our prayers go out to everyone, but our prayer also is that we as a community be able to come together and find a way to solve these types of situations and lessen the dangers of it happening again.
The principal at Mountain Gap Middle School says losing a child like this is absolutely heartbreaking, and they will have counselors prepared for the needs of the students and staff. This crash is still under investigation. Reporting in Huntsville, Noah Cowell, 48 News, on your side.
And Noah will be further following up on this situation tonight with what all we've learned today. So make sure to stick around for our evening newscast. And it's unfortunately a part of a recent influx of fatal wrecks we've been seeing here in the Tennessee Valley. An Albertville 17-year-old was killed in a motorcycle crash on Monday. Now yesterday, 48's Faith Delp spoke with family and friends of the victim. Let's take a listen.
Family and friends tell me that 17-year-old was Alexa Jade Walker. She was airlifted to a nearby hospital on Monday after that wreck on Pleasant Hill Road, and later she passed away.
From the time we were 10, we always talked about the future after 18, and she didn't make it 18.
Landon Smart says Walker was just weeks away from her 18th birthday. Smart and Walker grew up together. He remembers her as a funny, caring, and smart girl all the years he knew her.
She was 5'2" or smaller, and she felt like she was 10 feet tall. Prettiest thing I've ever seen.
Smart last talked to Walker 3 days ago, and he said she seemed normal and happy. He says the last 2 days have been the hardest days of his life, but the one thing getting him through this hard time has been God, prayer, and all the memories they shared together.
I believe God is perfect. It's always in perfect timing, but just too soon.
I also spoke to Walker's aunt over the phone, who says she was always upbeat and happy. She says Walker had just gotten a job as a CNA and enjoyed her job and her life. Family and friends are asking for prayer in this dark time. The other two involved in this crash were taken to the hospital, but we have not been updated on their conditions yet, as this crash is still under investigation. We will update you once we do know. Reporting in Gunnersville, Faith Delp, 48 News, on your side.
So incredibly sad. And now we're going to head to break, but coming up, the family of the victim of a hit and run in Athens saying they believe the person responsible was let off easy, and taking a look at back to school changes in Lawrence County. It's all ahead. We'll be right back in 1 minute. All right, well, hello and welcome back to Before the Four. Now heading out to Limestone County, where the family of Jesse Turner, the 37-year-old who was hit and killed on US 72 back in January, believes the woman who pled guilty to that hit and run was let off easy. Nick Ballinger spoke with the family and has the story.
Baby pictures.
Timothy Turner spends a large part of his day looking through old pictures of his son Jesse.
That's his wife.
Those pictures bring back the haunting reminder of the night Jesse was killed in a hit and run on Highway 72 in Athens back in February. So much so, he had to move to Huntsville.
And it was just like a bad dream. And it's still a bad dream because it bothered me so bad. I mean, every time I drive the streets, I'd see him.
After the crash, police arrested 38-year-old Kimberly Hirth, who was already out on bond for drug charges, and charged her with leaving the scene of an accident with a death. Hirth took a plea deal and will now only serve 2 years of community corrections and 3 years probation.
They just swept this thing under the rug, like he's nobody. And he was someone.
The Limestone County DA tells WAFF 48 there wasn't enough evidence to charge Hirth with murder.
It's a joke. I said, well, so y'all just put her out on the street to run over somebody else? I mean, it's no justice.
Turner says he never heard from prosecutors about her court appearance and only found out about the plea deal from a friend.
What do you think about that word, justice?
It's a joke in Limestone County. It could have been your son. It could have been anyone's son. I would like to see her get something here. I mean, not a slap on the wrist and say, oh, don't do it again.
Turner says his son, who was a loving father of 2, was not given the justice he deserves.
Yeah, she'd asked, where's Daddy, but, may not be anybody, but I love my son and my other children are very lost without him. I trust God. If she don't get it in this life, she will get it eventually.
And I see we have a couple comments here on Facebook. We have one from James Keys. I agree 100% with you, James. If you're in your car, make sure you're leaving well ahead of time to make it to your destination. No need to be in a rush. Have a safe following distance. Now, this is stuff we learn in driving school. Absolutely, I agree with that comment. Thank you for commenting, James. And Beverly, so sad, absolutely. But now we're going to move out to Lawrence County, where students and teachers are preparing to head back to the classroom, and with it, many changes are coming to that school system. 48's Matthew King lets us all know about these changes.
Change is coming to local schools, according to Superintendent Dr. John Brett Smith. He wants Lawrence County schools to be at the forefront of that change.
Anytime there's growth, you have to make changes to keep up with growth, and I think we're not only making changes to keep up, but we're trying to be proactive and get ahead of such.
Students will return back to the classroom this morning, but between 250 and 300 of them will do so in their virtual blend school, providing a flexible learning environment for students.
We have so many great things going on. I hope our parents see those.
And the district is working on several improvements throughout the county, including gym remodeling at East Lawrence High, a new gym at Hatton High School and a new Hatton Middle School, and ongoing work at the Lawrence County Career Technical Center, a building Smith says is having a massive impact on students' futures.
We want to make sure that our graduates, whether they choose to go down the college path or straight into the workforce or some type of combination, that we provide them all the tools and all the skills that are necessary to be successful in life. Our graduates not only are able to go in to the workforce and be successful, in my opinion, they're highly sought after.
And now let's head into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. A Florence woman recently arrested for identity theft. She's charged with 51 counts. 48's Aria Pons will have more details on that coming up. Another story you're just not going to want to miss, the latest on the Fort Stewart shooting yesterday, what we all have learned today, and finally, tariffs. 48's Faith Delp will have everything you need to know coming up, and these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And as I promised in yesterday's Before the Four, there is a Facebook fun today. Our 48 Facebook question: what is a song you find annoying? And I don't know, I am a big music fan. I do find songs annoying, absolutely, but I am a fan of songs in a multitude of different genres. And a lot of my friends, the songs that some of my friends might say is annoying, I still kind of find them kind of catchy. But let's see what you all had to say. What are some songs you find annoying? Rocky Top and Baby by Justin Bieber. That is from Christian Richardson. You know, it's actually funny. I went up to Bristol, Tennessee for that Braves-Reds game, the Speedway Classic. As you all know, I'm a huge Braves fan. I am not a Tennessee fan by any means, but I actually do like that song, Rocky Top. Very catchy song, and they actually played it, I want to say, around the 7th inning. And the whole crowd was singing it, and I had to sing along. Definitely not a Tennessee fan, though, but I do find that song kind of catchy. Let's see, the full studio version of Freebird. Shauna, that is an amazing song. I love Freebird. One of my favorite songs. It is an anthem. Back to Rocky Top and Baby by Justin Bieber. Brian said, any Christmas song? Brian, what the heck? I love Christmas music. It's one of my favorite seasons. It probably is my favorite season, my favorite holiday. I do not understand. Now, I could see this one. Angie said Baby Shark and the Barney song. It's okay the first couple times, but if you're hearing it all day, yeah, not for me. Janie said the song that never ends. Now, Yeah, I agree with you there. Absolutely. Back to Sharna's, but yes, you all had some super awesome comments. If you're watching at home right now, what is a song that you find annoying? Not seeing too many right now on Facebook and none on YouTube at the moment. But I don't know, the one I agree with the most is probably Janine's, The Song That Never Ends. Yeah, I hope I never hear that song ever again, 100%. But anyway, that is all the time I have for today's Before the 4. But I want to thank you all for sticking around and spending a bit of your afternoon here. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's evening newscast. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.